Good evening. I'm Lisa Albers, Grand Island Public Schools Board of Education President, and this is Board Brief. I'm just going to recap our meeting tonight. So we had a lot of policies on the consent agenda, and the consent agenda is the first part of our agenda where we just go through a lot of different items that we can approve in one fell swoop, so we don't have to go through each item individually. This is something boards do, not just school boards, but a lot of different boards would handle it this way. So one of them was 8456, and this is student use of personal electronic devices, so essentially phones, right? And up at the high school in particular, I know they were trying to just be able to really get control over kids' use of phones so they're able to pay attention in class. Another policy was 8512, which is Seizure Safe Schools policy. So teachers, you probably know this one very well because it now requires you to watch a video on keeping students safe if they happen to have a seizure in class. Now, this was mandated by the unicameral. This was a law that was passed by the unicameral to require this additional training. So therefore, all schools across the state now have to make this mandated training for their certified staff. So the film that NDE recommended was from the Epilepsy Foundation, and as I understand it, it takes approximately 60 minutes. You get a certificate, which you then have to show to your supervisor. So another one is 8720, grading and reporting. This is a policy we have looked at several times. Now, this policy really hasn't changed much since 2016. But we did just change the wording slightly to make it more clear, not only to people who work in the school district, but also to parents. But it also gives teachers some autonomy if they want to be able to work with a student who perhaps has had some difficulties and needs additional time, whether it's for homework or testing. Just allows that teacher to give the student the extra attention that they need. In addition, we had some people from Islander Express come and visit with us. Now, Islander Express is the coffee shop that is on the corner of Anna and Locust Street. If you haven't been there, you need to go there. It's open from 7 to 11, and they have coffee and they have bagels from Big Apple Bagel. They also are getting treats from Red Bird Bakery, which is in Doniphan, which is fabulous, I might add. I am a frequent flyer of Red Bird Bakery. So go there and support them, support our kids that are working there. It's been a great experience for them. Very enthusiastic presentation. If you want to fast forward to that on our board meeting, that should be on YouTube. Super exciting. Probably the most exciting presentation tonight at our board meeting was the presentation by the LGBTQSA club at Grand Island Senior High. The SA stands for Straight Alliance. Everyone is welcome to join this club. You do not have to be a member of the LGBTQ community. So the kids received a grant for $10,000 to develop an Inclusivity mural. This was the only grant that was awarded in Nebraska. Only one grant was awarded in each state of all 50 states. This was a big deal, and these kids were very excited. And I have to tell you, if you don't watch anything else in the board meeting, I would really encourage you to go to the board meeting on YouTube and watch this presentation. I also have to tell you that they were quite forgiving of the way that they had been treated, talking about their bullying and their harassment, and offered us all perhaps more grace than we deserved. The other moment that was so heartfelt was when Bonnie Hinkle spoke to them about some of her beliefs, and I just have to tell you, you just need to watch it, because there were a lot of tears in the boardroom tonight, and I was just super impressed with these kids. So tonight we talked about policy 8220. What we're really trying to do is make the best use of the staff that we have currently at Grand Island Public Schools. It's no secret we're in a staffing shortage across the country, across the state. So what this allows us to do, instead of having just one number that each class can have. This gives us bands, so it gives us flexibility. So for example, kindergarten and first grade would be 19 to 23 students as opposed to just 20 students. When we ask families to register for school in May, I remember I used to say, I've been coming here for years, why don't they know I'm going to be coming back? But in actuality, we need to know that families are coming back every single year, because then it allows us to gauge how much room we have in classes, and if there's a chance that a new family to the district might have to go outside of their neighborhood school because their neighborhood school might be full for a particular class that their child needs to attend. So that would be an idea of when you might have to go to a school that is not in your neighborhood, just because of this capacity that we have in a particular class. I also want to give Mr. Zach Cloutier a little shout out on my board brief. He does an excellent job on his student representative reports. He really covers a lot of different information. It seems as if it's off the cuff. He just knows what's going on. He's very proud of the position that he has. He's very proud to be an Islander. He's very proud of Grand Island Senior High. He is not afraid to show it. He is not afraid to explain why he is so proud, and he is super proud of the whole entire student body and all of its diversity. And as a school board, we're just very proud of him and very excited to have him on the board. This is Lisa Albers signing off on Board Brief. And let me just give you a little cooking tip along the way. Have you ever taken a brownie recipe and instead of adding water, added coffee? I would encourage you to give that a try.